Hey, everybody.
Morning, everybody.
Joe here.
Kevin.
All right. So we got the introduction of a new character last week. I looked it up. The guy who was on Bosch, his name is Titus Welliver.
Right, I looked it up too. Titus Welliver.
Quite the name, right?
Yeah, great character. I like that we have somebody finally, at least somewhat of a smarter character in Al's inner circle.
In Al's corner, yeah.
Right, so that when Al wants to bounce an idea off somebody, it's not just the idiots around him. So we get his inner monologue a little bit better by bouncing it off somebody a little bit smarter. And it worked really well in the conundrum he was having with the two dealers who robbed Mr. Wu. And so it was like if he had Johnny or he had Danny was talking to, we wouldn't have gotten that conversation, right?
No.
Because there would have been no point to bounce that idea off those guys.
And if you think about it, Cy, he has an Andy.
Yeah.
Or had an Andy. It seems like Andy's pretty much done with him at this point. But like,
You mean Eddie?
Eddie, thank you.
Okay,
Thank you so much. Yeah, Andy was
the guy.
right. He has an Eddie.
Yeah.
But like, or had an Eddie. But Al doesn't really have that. The closest he has to it
doesn't,
is Dan. And
Right.
now that he has this guy in his corner, I'm curious to see where we go with that.
Sure.
How does this feud play out now going forward?
Okay, heads up. There's a giant dog heading your way.
There was a giant dog. Hello there, puppy.
I don't know. I feel like we're going to come to head at some point with Cy and with Al.
Sure.
But I don't know what that's going to look like. I don't know how violent it gets. Neither one of them's stupid, so I don't think it goes to the point of like full-on war between the two of them, because I think for both guys that would be bad for business.
Yeah.
And I think that's what these guys care about.
They
more
care
than
about money
anything.
ultimately,
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
it just feels kind of petty at this point.
Yeah, for sure. And
So-
then we're also watching the preacher kind of deteriorate from
That was tough.
from brain cancer. Yeah, there's nothing they're going to be able to do about that. We're probably going to see him die on the show, is my guess.
I know
which is pretty rough.
and it's an amazing performance. He's
he's
committed
great.
to it, and I'm like, it's just heartbreaking.
Yeah, I'm really curious how they did the eye.
I didn't look into it.
If the actor did it, or if there's some type of, or if they did CG on it, or
whatever,
or if there's like a contact that he's wearing,
Some sort of Hollywood magic. Because if
Yeah.
the actor is actually doing that, that is beyond impressive.
the performance is great regardless. It was a great scene when he showed up with Seth and Saul. You know, and it was like a really nice, warm, like it almost felt like a goodbye.
It did feel
really
like a goodbye.
kind of, yeah.
Because it's gonna get worse. So
it's
the
gonna
next
get
time we
worse.
see him, he's gonna be in rough shape.
Yeah, he's deteriorating quickly.
And then quickly, I like the fact that we got the Wu storyline last week. You know, get to see that corner of the town is really, really interesting for me as well.
Yeah, I hope we get more of it.
Me too.
Like I said, it seemed early on like, because you could always see like Chinatown. I don't even know if that's what you would call it. In Deadwood,
Ostensibly, I guess.
I mean, that's kind of how it's named in large cities around the U.S. now.
Sure.
But that I always want, we keep seeing like him and then that part of town and the other Chinese people in the
And I've
background.
always thought, I was like, what's that deal? What's the
I
deal over
always
there?
felt like he was like running the Chinese mob kind of in town is what I always felt like from the beginning, And I'm like, I hope we get more of that. And,
Me too.
It was nice to delve into it at least a little bit in the last episode, and I hope we get more of it moving forward.
It helps with the scale of the show too. Makes it feel bigger than it really is.
And that was just a great scene between Al and Wu where they really,
I know.
They couldn't talk, but they really understood each other.
They really did.
All right, we should go get started here. I want to thank all of our Patreon subscribers for being here with us. And, of course, give a special thank you to all of our super patrons. AB, Actuarial Lurker, Balish Fuldez, Chris, Derek Peterson, MTC93, Jamie Morgan, Jeff, Christy Goverston, NJ, Sudugunda Varapu, Torgir Lingstad, WerePanda47, Natasha Norris, and Yannick from Montreal. As always, guys, thank you so much. We're super glad you're here with us.
Yes, we are. And if you're watching this for the first time on YouTube, welcome to our channel. If you might hit the like button for us, please leave us a comment down below and hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on the new content we have coming your way.
Subscribe and get us up over that 1 million subs we're close to.
So close.
If you'd like to see a full-length reaction to this and all the other stuff we're watching, check out a link in the description below to our Patreon page. Everything on Patreon, you're going to have to sync and watch along on your own source material. You'll only see us due to copyright law. We're also watching 30 Rock as a Patreon exclusive.
Yep. Do you think the guy that was let go, think he's fine? You think we see him again?
Oh, yeah, we're doing
Size guy?
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing I hate about recaps is now we know that that's going to be a big thing moving forward, or it wouldn't have been half the recap was dealing with that. All the Wu stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, well, we're not done with that. So yeah, we'll see his guy again, and Cy will try to use it to his advantage. There should be a setting on these shows, man, where you can just turn them off. You know what I mean?
I would like that, honestly.
It's like if you're because everyone binges now.
We've also had episodes where there wasn't recaps, I feel like. So like when I pull it up, I'm not gonna, you know what I mean? But like, yeah. There really should be a feature where you like just turn it off.
The only show that was good about not spoiling when they had to do recaps was Mad Men. Yeah. And that's because there was no information in them.
It's a show entirely of dialogue, too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you kind of needed it sometimes.
Oh, Ricky J wrote this.
Very very curious to see this episode then.
He's a talented guy.
Haven't already taken $5,000 to have the warrant lifted.
Can you do business with his bagman?
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Or if you're never gonna be able to fucking operate in peace.
He talks so much more to Trixie now.
He does.
Joel just left.
Where the fuck is Jewel gone?
I don't know.
Yeah, how would you know?
Take half a day off if you feel like. Go see that child. We'll venture out. Sally fucking forth.
Give her half a day.
Yeah. Are we going to get more of her story in this episode?
I really do feel for this character, too.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Nope.
I don't like
Now,
that,
someone
man.
clock that guy.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious where she's going now myself, you know?
Somebody help her.
Oh my god. Or, you know, don't. Just watch her struggle. Nice nonverbal storytelling. Remember, this place kind of sucks.
Yeah. In case it wasn't explicitly clear.
Right.
Yeah.
These aren't the friendly times.
The one guys that are like holding out, like, no, I like it.
I got something I want to show you. It's a book.
Oh, no, I don't read goddamn books on the Civil War.
I bet not.
It'll help me walk better.
Okay, you're referring to...
Oh, like Brace.
Looking at the picture and
Do you think it could
grabbing
help?
my leg really makes Al crazy.
Fuck Al.
Yeah.
Everybody's got limits. You dragging your leg is yours.
Man,
He's a nice guy.
I want to cry. It's so nice.
Let me hold on to this for a while.
Thank you.
You walk her back.
Yeah. Or, no.
I did like that shot, though, of him
Yeah.
closing the book and stepping out of the frame. A lot of overhead shots. Look at that.
That's a new camera?
Oh, God, Philistine. What you see here is an American optical back-focus single swing.
That's awesome.
The finest photographic apparatus manufactured in this country.
Nice. He doesn't care, but nice.
In service of this fine apparatus. Oh, God.
Yeah. Careful.
I mean, really, if you have to order one from the East Coast and
Yeah.
it takes months to get there.
For sure. Yeah, go with him.
Move forward. Give that fella passage and bit my damn tongue. Knocked off my chewing angle. I don't want to look. Might upset the child.
She has no idea.
Yeah.
I ain't making too many friends in this camp in my capacity as fire marshal. Such as it is, my expertise ain't underground.
I want you still to supervise.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I trust you, Ellsworth, as an honorable man. And I take great pleasure in your company.
Well, Ellsworth does have a secret about your husband.
Right.
I look forward to our breakfasts. And I'll just say once, I know I'm too damn old for you.
I'm just going to put it out there.
And with your permission, ma'am, I will take my leave.
Of course.
And my plate. My coffee. Fine manners.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, they don't exist in this town, man.
I think he was being sincere, actually, just as best as he
I thought he was
could.
being sarcastic.
No, I think he was actually trying to his best. He seems like he's probably a bit of a D-bag.
Probably. That was my assumption.
Yeah.
No good effect, Reverend.
I see.
How are you feeling?
How long do you have?
Yeah.
The tent,
That's quite the image, isn't it?
packing of certain liniments and medicines.
God.
My energy will return, or even an excess of energy. At other times, I'm not well.
Yeah.
I backslid in the other camps. At Gayville, I had the best intentions, and I wound up at Dice.
Old habits.
Wherever you find yourself, he will show you the path.
Could you help me to pray?
Wow.
I don't know.
Lord,
Still preaching.
Yeah.
grant that I may seek rather to comfort than to be comforted.
You're going to need to find some other help.
Yeah.
Al is merely probing Adam's willingness to betray the magistrate. In turn, his warmth is counterfeit.
It's possible.
Uh-huh. There he is.
Yeah. I wonder if he's doing anything with the other guy, too. Or they just kind of keep him in the dark.
Yeah, I'm wondering about that.
At the dock?
Fix me a cup of coffee.
Be nice to her, please.
I think that is in his own way.
Fair. He said a lot of mean things.
Yeah.
Shorn and groomed to a fucking fare-thee-well. She never recognized you. Have to smell you all over to know you was hers.
My monkey mother.
What was your purpose at docks?
I'm knocked up.
Jeez.
That's good.
You see Al's face? He's like, what?
But open the door to your future, and you gotta believe you'd make your ass hundreds of thousands back and forth between here and Yankton.
Okay.
In a mining camp on Indian territory, you caring for a Norwegian fondling and operating a Bonanza gold claim.
Do you think that's why he's here?
Yeah.
The money?
For sure.
I kind of do, too. I mean, I guess he's rich.
Well, there's something, right?
Yeah.
Why else is he there?
Yeah.
I hope I'm here to help.
So that is coming to get her.
That'll be my room key, Sophia.
I don't feel like that's the case. It feels shady, doesn't it?
There's some sort of motive.
Angle.
Yeah.
He's got an angle.
Room 7?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome, little one.
I still don't understand why they didn't hire a Norwegian child actor and just used a English-speaking American actress.
Right?
Don't you ever clean behind your ear?
Oh, she's still young, I guess. Maybe she'll just like lose her accent as the show goes on.
No, she doesn't have it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
she has no accent.
Yeah.
It's always about the money, bud.
In certain circles.
But not here.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
In certain circles.
Everywhere, really.
Mm-hmm.
And when did your path cross Mr. Bullock's? Before Brom's accident or after?
Yeah, okay, this guy sucks.
I'd very much like to meet this Mr. Bullock. Nearly as much as I'd like to wash.
Daddy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm glad to see you.
I don't get it because they're rich. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it feels like he's there for gold.
You want to get richer, I guess?
That's true.
Yeah.
Never stopped any other rich person from wanting more money.
So either cure your stovepipe violation or prepare to get levied a fine.
That's the kind of shit that ran me out of Wilkes Bar.
Where are the camps headed, Tom?
Maybe I'll just fucking move along.
Or just fix your stove.
Seems like an easy fix, right?
And whose ear'd be first to the ground when any violence created maybe business opportunities.
So he's literally lobbying to be a corrupt sheriff.
Swearingen hates my fucking guts. So knowing how grateful I'd be and all, I'd show it to you.
He's having a tough day. He's like, all right, fine.
Sure, you can be the awful sheriff.
I'd need to hear more from you. What you've been up to, who the fuck with, that kind of thing.
You probably know everything about everything already.
Answer the questions. Yeah. You're going to get beaten again.
Was Al Swearingen holding the straws, Leo?
Yes, sir. He said to tell you what I seen.
And now is he holding the strings on you? Are you here on his instruction?
I'm telling you what I seen because you asked me to.
What'd they do with Jimmy Irons? They give him to the Chinaman?
Yeah, he's pig slop now.
Swearingen turned me loose, but he just give me this, so I stayed in the tub until I got my bearings.
That's a hell of a way to treat a white man, ain't it, Leon?
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said. Al said that's how it was going to go.
So it's your own opinion, too?
Yes, sir.
He's trying to stir the pot in town now.
He is.
Welcome back, son.
So that's it. He just has to go around bad-mouthing Al for killing Jimmy.
See how Al likes that.
Yeah. It's so intimidating. I never want to sit at that desk while he's hovered over me like that. I'm like, you're going to stab me, right?
I'm going to stab, hit, something.
Well, that's just postponing the inevitable. Tom, nothing Stapleton's got on you can't be solved by Dan Doherty.
Yeah.
Fill me up. Jesus Christ. Hung your sign up for nickel booze and 50-cent pussy. Them was get acquainted prices. I didn't have a stovepipe, and you had your knife at the ready if I didn't make a good impression. Well, that's true enough. And Doherty made a hell of a one on you. That too is true enough.
This is all over a stovepipe. That's crazy.
He can be sheriff for all I care.
Right.
Thank you, Al. Don't count on it to be loyal, Tom. No. No fucking paperwork. Well, I don't even know if he can write.
Oh, God.
Let Farnham swear him the fuck in here, then. But press your luck no further. Do not expect me to fucking attend. I'm awful grateful, Al.
It's fair. Totally fair. But still,
Al's so much fun, man.
They go to Al. Al's in charge.
He is. He runs the city.
And if I got them, they wouldn't be applied to building nothing. Anyways. Would you want a free fuck?
Whoa.
My cherry is obstructing my work. Sir, would you take it from me? Free?
Yeah, she was being direct.
Very direct. But he wants more.
Yeah, he has a crush.
Yeah.
I don't think she's registering that. Oh!
Whoa. Okay.
We're closed for 12 minutes.
12 minutes.
Should have hung a sock on the door for Seth.
Yes, that's going to walk and be like, what is happening?
See?
Yep.
Sock on the door.
He hasn't noticed anything yet. Yeah, there it is.
Seth, you remember Trixie?
Oh, my gosh.
Yes. Well, I just stopped for a moment. Oh, yes.
Just to grab some random thing.
I'll lock up. Oh, yes.
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
Just needed this vice script. Yeah.
Yeah. He's a good friend.
Yeah, he is.
It doesn't matter anything. He's like, okay.
Don't move. 1, 2, 3. Very good.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
It's Al in his office.
Seems to be sequestered. He missed the swearing in, too.
Got that vice script.
Yeah. Well, then why the fuck didn't he come down?
Why didn't he come down? That's unclear.
I would guess at whose mysterious pleasure you serve.
Yeah.
He got that picture. He loves that camera.
Yeah.
A candid moment.
The candid moment.
Is indeed profiteth if thou keepest the law.
But
if thou art a transgressor of the law,
this is gibberish now.
shall not his uncircumcision be count for circumcision? Yea, the uncircumcision.
Yeah, he doesn't feel great about it either.
No, he saw his brother go through it.
Yeah.
Why'd you let Stapleton have a badge?
They sworn the cocksucker in yet?
Hurry down and toast him. Maybe Merrick will put his camera back up. Doesn't have to be.
No? Mr. Buller, would you sit down a second? I want to tell you something about the law. Please.
I'll tell you something about the law.
The 5,000 will need company if I'm to be off the hook. I give you the law.
Yeah.
I have personal responsibilities.
I'd go downstairs with that fucking swearing in. I'd follow your career because you're one of those pains in the balls who thinks the law can be honest.
That's a really good point that he's making.
He
you
is.
wouldn't have your hand in my pocket.
Yeah.
Well, I do lots of things I don't want to do. I think you'd be all right as sheriff.
Listen,
Makes the most sense, right?
I'm only talking to you because my partner's fucking that whore.
Oh,
no.
Man. So immediately we're going to find out.
Anyway.
I didn't think he'd be the one to blow it up.
That was not okay.
Well, does he even realize how...
I don't think he realizes there's going to be consequences to that, and there will be.
It's back open.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Good sportsmanship.
He's like, I don't want it. He's like,
In all these things we more than conquer through him that hath loved us.
I love how they're showing for him and for Jewel. There's just no safety net. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could be really struggling and people just walk
right past you. That is so true. There is an interesting parallel between him and Jewel.
Yeah. There's just no help, you know?
Yeah, it's really affecting him, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Nor things present, nor things to come, nor heights, nor depths, nor any other creature.
This is affecting him.
Yeah, look at that. He's crying. Or about to.
Ugh. What a performance.
I know. Ugh. Al, you actually have the power to help him. I mean, you can do your best to like make him somewhat comfortable.
Right. I mean, that's what he does for Jewel. I mean,
Yeah.
she'd be out on the streets if it wasn't for him.
Yeah.
I wonder if you would join us for dinner tonight.
I'd be happy to.
Oh, Mr. Starr, will you join us?
Thanks, but I can't.
Regrettable. My daughter says that the dinner hour is early.
6 is fine.
It's the Midwest, man. We eat way earlier than they do on the
do.
coast. Where we live, guys, restaurants start filling up around 5 o'clock.
They do.
Crazy.
Close early, too.
I do not want to fuck you up.
No, we wouldn't want that.
Oh.
I thought we might try something like this.
Okay. It's more like a brace.
Let's.
The Doc is a really great guy.
I love him.
Anyways, I better take my turn.
Now you look good having got out. You more relieved?
He's trash, too, isn't he?
So what do you tell her?
Not to worry about your moods, that you generate those yourself, and then you find your excuse for having them.
I agree with that, yeah.
I will leave you now to pursue another excuse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. That's a great line.
Yeah, go get mad at somebody else.
My daughter tells me that before his murder, Wild Bill Hickok asked you to look to her interests.
Yes, sir.
He reserved a private table.
He did.
The Hickok on the plains?
I met him in the camp. I only knew him a few
Important
days.
He was.
And impressed him at once as being trustworthy.
Love that he stopped himself. He's like, actually, no.
And brought to justice one of the men who murdered her family.
How was justice meted out?
We shot him.
Like directly.
So we handle things here.
Yeah. I like the fact that there's no hesitation there.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Ball
that looks
whole
good.
carrots and little brown potatoes. Rhubarb pie to come.
Oof.
Postprandial cigars for the menfolk.
Oh, no, we have our own smokes.
I hope you brought ravenous appetites.
Thank you, Mr. Farnham.
Be gone.
Yeah.
Would you prefer, Mr. Bullock, that Alma stay in the camp?
He's cutting it up for her. That's nice.
If the New York courts had jurisdiction, they'd sell the holdings to the highest bidder.
Not many here would give a damn what a New York court held or didn't.
Yeah, for sure.
If the daughter's been in it with him, or she's just pigeon.
I think EB's right. I think the guy's there to basically take it away from her.
For sure.
Like, you got money?
That is kind of what we were talking about earlier. He's still rich, but he wants to get richer.
Always, right?
You're my daughter, so it's mine.
Yeah.
You owe me $5.
No.
If you ass fucked, you owe me $7. Everybody needs that. Becomes precious to them. They don't want to see it fucked with.
Oh.
You pay. Or she pays.
Oh.
Pay. Give him the money.
Yeah. He will hurt her.
Yeah. She looks terrified.
No home visits till you're visiting on the premises. 5, 7 for an ass fuck.
It's just a gross power move.
He's jealous.
It is.
On the most minute domestic matters, while the men walked and smoked and argued more important matters.
Yeah, it sounds terrible.
It does, doesn't it? Like, no thanks.
She said that and decided our fates. She says it too.
I'm long past judgment, Mr. Bullock. And I've learned that no matter what people say or how civil they seem, the passions rule.
So, yeah. It's obvious.
I see no reason why your wife and son's arrival need alter my hopes for my daughter's happiness or security or the security of her holdings.
He's going to punch this guy in the face, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
If we didn't hate them too much to be curious about the world,
Yeah, that guy does suck.
we'd wonder what they'd had to say.
So her dad knows that he's crushing on her.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're a white man. Kowtows to a celestial, like that arrogant cocksucker Wu.
Take it easy, Leon.
He's the worst, isn't
he? Yeah.
Swearingen kowtows and turns one of us over to be eaten by the fucking Chinese pigs. This fucking gets to me. I can't.
This is gonna blow up.
I was gonna say, how many people actually listen and agree?
When I did, you'd see I just palmed 80 in chips for the Joni Stubbs construction fund.
Hi, Si.
All right, Joni.
Hope he didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Front in Cochran's Alley.
Well, those all seem took by Chinese.
Well, you never know how that shit's gonna shake.
Oh my God.
That man's not here to help his daughter. He's looking to root at her claim.
Yep.
Yeah, what's up with you?
You went to see that whore again?
I guess she had to account for her being outside, and Swearingen sent for me to pay him his fee. I guess she told him where she'd been.
Nope.
Seth's like, about that.
Being you'd been ousted from your own.
I was hot seeing that tin horn Stapleton getting installed as sheriff, and I used poor fucking judgment.
I like the fact that he's owning this.
Yeah.
Sorry Mrs. Garrett's pot turns out a shitheel.
Cold enough world without getting gone against by your own.
Nice.
Good for Seth. Strong duo.
I mean, why go on with that? Who's gonna benefit from that, huh? No, you just gotta...
She looks terrified.
Yeah.
Believe me, no one gives a fuck. You understand?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up!
God! All she said was yeah to your question.
Whoa. You got a stagecoach to catch or something, huh?
Oh my God!
Anyways.
So Al grew up rough as an orphan, which makes complete sense for who he is.
Ton of sense, yeah. It's quite the ending.
There's a lot of crazy imagery going on there at the end, wasn't there?
A ton. Can't believe. I mean, look. The show does go for it.
Yeah.
Kind of surprised they went that far. You know, we enjoy Al as a character in the show.
Love him.
And so, you know, I like that this episode exists to kind of remind us, like, hey, he's still not really our hero.
No, he's vicious. He's
Very
absolutely
much
vicious.
Yeah.
I also, though, it's obviously great writing all the way around because Al is such a well-rounded character because he is vicious, but we saw two other things from him too, right? This episode reminds you that he's not a good guy, that he came up hard, but one, he's having a lot of troubles with what's going on with the minister.
Yeah.
He's having more trouble with it than anybody except
any
maybe the
single
doctor.
other person
He's
there.
the one person that's actually bothered by how much the guy's suffering, and we actually see it. Keep in mind, these are people that when Jewel fell down in the mud in the street, just walked past her, made fun of her,
Laughed
or completely
at her.
ignored her. He's the one person that seems to care that what's happening to the doctor. And Jewel, for, as much as he yells at her and everything, I do think that's the way he kind of shows affection to the people in his life.
It is.
In a really twisted way, probably how he came up. And
that's what it is, yeah.
She has a job and a place to live because of him, and he could easily get somebody to do the work that she does.
Yeah.
That would probably be more efficient at it because without the physical abnormalities. And he felt really hurt about...
He did feel hurt.
About
Trixie.
Jealous. He was hurt about Trixie willingly sleeping with somebody else, not for money, but because she wanted to. He actually, I know it sounds weird, but he actually, one, felt cheated on, and two, broke up with her.
He did break up with her.
Isn't that crazy for him?
It's like he doesn't know how to show his emotions.
He does not.
He has one gear, and it's rage.
It is.
But he is deeply human. You know what I mean?
Well, and they made a point of telling us that at the beginning, right? When EB is talking with the courier coming back to town, and Dan and Johnny and EB are talking like, he told him to get his hair cut and insulted him, and is like, I'm not sure. And they all three agreed that was affection that he was showing.
It was, yeah.
And Al's way to show affection, his meanness to him, that's what it is. So that their conversation wasn't, is Al being mean to him or not? They automatically go along with Al's being nice to him in Al's way. Is it sincere or is it fake? So I think everyone just kind of accepts that Al saying nasty things to people is his way of caring.
That's 100% the theme of this episode is Al's show of affection. You know what I mean? And
really
it culminates
weird, right?
in that moment, which is pretty bananas.
It makes you wonder, you think of Al as the worst, in a lot of ways he is, but in other ways it's like, yeah, but who else is taking in Jewel? Who else is out there? Who else is worried about the doctor? Or, about the minister?
Yeah.
Nobody.
The only solid, decent person on the show might just be the doctor.
Yeah,
and I guess Saul and Seth are pretty good guys.
They are, for sure.
But they're looking out for their own, which is understandable.
Yeah, I mean, they're largely guided by self-interest.
Sure.
But at the same time, that's their role. They're not in a position to where like I'm supposed to care for other people like the doc does, and he takes that very seriously.
The doc's the only one that really goes out of his way for others. You know what I mean? There's not a lot, and I do like that he is the outlier on the show. You know what I mean? And I'm so fascinated by the show because of Ian McShane. Each episode we get more and more from Al and like kind of a deeper look into his psyche. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I like the fact that like all the cards are on the table now.
Yeah, anytime Al has a one-on-one conversation with anybody on the show, it's always electric, and it always tells you exactly how he's feeling about everybody, and you learn a little bit more about him. Even when the casino owner, right, was coming in to get his friend the sheriff job. Yeah. That conversation was utterly fantastic. Right?
I love that bit. Yeah. And
everyone
everyone goes to Al because he is the man in charge. Like he is the one who is holding this town together.
Yeah. Nobody went to EB to get a sheriff in town. They went to Al.
Nobody went to Cy. And speaking of which, the Cy situation. So it looks seemingly Eddie and Edie are gonna be working him a little bit.
Eddie and
not Edie. Her name is
Joni.
Joni. Thank you. Yeah. I missing all.
Eddie and Joni are basically Eddie's robbing him.
Yeah.
To help Joni pay for her own place.
I think it's gonna pan out.
No, I'd be really stunned if Eddie's alive and well by the time the series is over.
I wonder if we see that in the next episode because this is the penultimate episode. I think next week is 12. So I wonder if I bet we do. But I guess we have to wait and see. But
if I think there's a character we're going to lose in the next episode, it's probably going to be Eddie? The minister.
The minister?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
He looks like he's at the end.
It'd be weird if they dragged it out into season 2 as well.
I mean,
they could. They easily could.
I mean, it's been going on for a couple episodes. You can kind of do it however you want to do it as a deterioration. But I do think it's coming up soon. I agree with you on that it's probably coming up soon.
Then also like this, they're stirring the pot with Wu and having Leon do that.
Really curious how that pans out too.
And do you think that because he's seemingly like he wants the properties over there, right?
He wants the properties for sure, but I think largely he just wants to shut Al down. Is what it sounds like. Mm-hmm. But that would come with it, right? You know, Chinatown will be open is kind of what it sounds like he was getting at.
So I'm wondering what that looks like.
Sure.
I don't know. We'll have to see. I don't think Leon's long for this world either.
Nah. Yeah, Leon. I don't feel like you can truly play both sides. Certainly, Leon's not that smart.
No.
Like EB's done it a little bit, but EB
smarter than Leon
for the weasel that he is way smarter than Leon.
Clever, yeah. And also, how much longer do you think we see her father on the show? Once again, what is her name? I need a book for this.
I have it written down, but I'm not even on the right page. Alma Garrett.
Alma. Yeah, I don't know. He clearly sees that Seth is into his daughter. I don't think he'll be on the show. I don't think anything's going to happen to him. I think he's honestly probably just going to hit the road. I think she sends him away.
That was what I was saying. The exact same thing. I think that Seth's already wise to why he's there, and I don't know if we don't get as much conversation with her around other adults really. I don't know if it's going to require Seth talking to her. Probably not. I don't think Alma's dumb, especially now that she's not an addict. I feel like that she's probably, if she's not already there, because we can't tell, but I think she will pretty quickly be wise to what the guy's actually doing here and send him on his way.
For sure, and she's doing okay. Like even Ellsworth is like, you're ready to start.
Even Seth's the same. Like if she wants to stay, she's great. If she wants to go, it can be seen to. She's doing fine.
And I think that she will pursue that. I think that she might be one of the richest characters in the show here pretty soon.
I wouldn't be surprised, right?
And I want to see how that kind of, I don't want to say helps the town's economy, but like helps her status in the town.
Yeah, I'm really curious.
Because she'll be a player here pretty soon.
Sure. She will. I think you're right. Yeah. I think that she's going to have a powerful status. I don't know what she intends to do with it. I am pretty sure that this control that her dad's trying to exert right now isn't going to fly. I don't see her partnering with her dad or accepting the fact that he's basically there to rob her. I mean, he really is.
That's like getting rich and having family come out of the woodwork to be like
right. And I think it's pretty funny, and I think it's good writing that it's not just like your like broke cousin
dad.
Showing up. It's her dad who's wealthy.
He is wealthy.
Showing up to dig in out of his own money.
Yeah.
I need a little bit more money. Give me some of yours.
For a second there, I was like, is he maybe like I lost all my money or something? But no, he's just clearly like, I want this. This is mine now because I'm greedy.
Yeah. If he's lost all of his money, they're definitely playing that pretty quiet.
I thought they were going to say something this episode, but they didn't. So I think the assumption is he's
just there because one more tentacle into one more thing.
Because that would make you so much more richer if you had like a gold mine.
Right? Yeah,
an actual gold mine.
Oh wait, my daughter has money. We're gonna go take care of that.
We're gonna fix that real quick.
Yeah, she's not married anymore. Because I feel like he was threatening her.
He was threatening
straight up, right?
yeah.
Like New York could come for your claim. I think he's here. I think he's leveraging that.
People
right?
are talking.
I think
that you had something to do with it. Yeah.
Remember when her husband was threatening to have the Pinkertons come out?
Yep.
I think he's doing the exact same thing. I think he's threatening with the Pinkertons. It's like I think we're coming to the point where he's gonna be like, you kind of need to let me take this over because I'm pretty sure you murdered your husband and I can make life hard for you. I need your money.
But I don't think that's going to pan out his way at
No,
all.
No.
Yeah, it's not going to go. He might force his hand, try to force his hand, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah, I think the idea they're kind of getting at with that is you're in New York, or you're not in New York anymore.
Yeah.
You're out here, and you are friendless out here, and she's not.
And essentially lawless, too, out in
yeah,
those parts. Well, I guess we do have a sheriff now.
Yeah, right. But he's wandering in a place where his power and influence doesn't exist.
At all.
And I don't feel like he understands that.
No, but he will soon, I'm sure.
Right. Why don't you just go over and yell at Al while you're at it too, and tell him how you're going to tell him how the town works from now on.
I'd love to
see how that goes.
I would love to see that interaction. It's probably not going to happen.
Just slap him one time across the face, and make him jump over the balcony.
I love when people come to confront Al too, because the look on his face is just like, really, like, you really want to have this conversation?
What a great show! Yeah. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you for the finale next week.
See ya.